Hello everybody and welcome back to another Newark Terminal B airport update. Today we are here for our first morning update for Newark. It's haven't done one of these yet because first of all there's not a whole lot of international action going on in the mornings at Newark. I mean that's pretty much just a standard thing across the U.S. that most of it happens in the evening, the afternoon slash the evening. So especially European travel. So we don't see as much international action today, but we do see some different aircraft than we would normally get here at Newark. So it felt worth it to do this airport for that reason, and so we get some different aircraft in here to take a look at today, but not as much in terms of the international action. So I guess that's just something a little bit different about this airport update. We're going to be seeing a lot of United specifically, not a whole lot of international carriers, but I'm hoping for the next update I'll have my NG models of Lufthansa 747-8 in, and then we can have that in the next update. But anyways, we will begin here with this JetBlue for good A320 right here. This one arrived in from Santo Domingo and is currently taxiing out for the service out to Montego Bay. So yeah, this was the actual aircraft that flew on this flight as well, so that is perfect right there, and a great livery by JetBlue, and a great way to start off our airport update. And as always, we're going to start in the 40s pier, the 40s gates, as I like to call them here. These only serve Alaska and Spirit. So we'll begin with this Alaska 737 MAX 9 right here, of course, in the West Coast Wonders livery. This one arrived in from Seattle, Tacoma, and it'll be heading back out there today on the turnaround. And up next here we have the Spirit A319 in the older livery. This one is making the flight in today from Pittsburgh, and you'll be heading out to Orlando, MCO. Now, it's nice that Spirit is keeping around their A319s a little bit longer. These were originally supposed to be retired last year, but Spirit has kept them around for at least so far. I believe they might be retired this year or next year, but Spirit is keeping around their A319s for the time being, and we'll see how long they keep that up. Maybe with the news that JetBlue and Spirit will not be joining forces officially now, they will not be attempting to do that anymore, then maybe Spirit will keep around their A319s a little bit longer, but that's pretty much just speculation. So we'll see what happens with these aircraft, but I'd love to get this 2014 Gemini Jets release in the updates whenever I can. It is a gorgeous model right here, and also a gorgeous livery. Next up here we have the Spirit A320 Neo. This one just arrived in from Detroit Metro, and it will be heading out to Fort Lauderdale later today. And I'll include our 40s gates here, and we'll get one more taxiing aircraft, then we'll head in to the busy 50s. Our next aircraft here is this United Express E170. This one is operated by Republic, and this one arrived in from Montreal and is currently taxiing out. It will be making the flight out to Greenville, Spartanburg today. And right here we have this Porter Q400. This one arrived in from Toronto City, Billy Bishop, and we'll be heading back out there to Toronto today. Lovely aircraft right here by Gemini Jets. This is the 2018 release with the Canada 150 livery. They also recently released the E295, which is a fantastic model. Highly recommend you get that model. Highly recommend you fly on Porter Airlines. They're really cool, and I'd love to fly on them at some point in the future. And yeah, they're going to get a fantastic service no matter what aircraft you fly on. Even though they're only regional jets, they make the most out of their regional jets. And yeah, so Porter's is an incredible airline, and yeah, great to get them in the airport update here. And right next to this smallest aircraft of the airport update, here we see the largest aircraft of the airport update, the Singapore Airlines Airbus A380-800. What a wonderful model by Aviation 400 right here, and so glad to finally include it in an airport update. Now this is not flying into Newark, this is filling in for an A350, but the A380 on Singapore Airlines livery is just so fantastic. This is my only Singapore Airlines model except for the 747-400, I guess, but that doesn't fly anymore, so we're using the A380 here. This one arrived in from Singapore Changi, and it's currently loading up for the return flight back out there. But it'll take a while for them to load up this massive aircraft. Of course, in real life, they're all premium economy and business class A350 that does the flight between Newark and Singapore, which is the longest flight in the world, and really only possible on the A350. So this flight isn't really realistic on the A380 to have this aircraft do it, because it wouldn't be able to make it, at least not efficiently. So yeah, that's pretty incredible right there. But what a gorgeous model right here, and pretty Ironic that is right next to the Porter Q400. That's quite the size difference between those two. Now check out this beautiful United 777. This one arrived in from Dubai, and it'll later today be making the flight out to Rome in Italy. Continuing with the wide body action right here, we see this British Airways 777-200. This one is currently pushing back for the service out to London Heathrow, and this one is on the overnight turn from London, so that's a very unique flight there by British Airways, having this one on an overnight, then departing in the morning. Most European departures leave in the nighttime and then arrive in Europe in like around the afternoon. So this is quite a unique service by British Airways. Normally, you would not see this. I think United also has a service like this. It's like the new avoided jet lag services that are supposed to get you into Europe at a better time for your body. I believe United has something like that. Jeb Brooks did a video on it. But yeah, very interesting. Personally, I would rather not avoid jet lag because Jet Lag the Game is the best show ever. And I mean, I would love to be a guest on it. So if, Sam, Ben, Adam, if any of you guys are watching this video, I mean, call me up. I'm ready to play. Now moving on here, we have these two United narrow-body aircraft. Beginning, we have the United 777-200 down there in the here New York livery, fitting because we are in, well, United's equivalent of New York, which is Newark. This one arrived in from Lima, Peru, and I'm assuming this one will be towed over to Terminal C before it flies out to Orlando. That would be not exclusively domestic, but that is the United terminal where all of their domestic flights fly out of, and they also get some international arrivals in there. But yeah, that is this beautiful 77. Great to get this one in here. Finally, an airport update. We have not had a 77 in the airport updates here at Newark yet. So yeah, not a whole lot of international flights on the 77 anymore from Newark. There used to be a whole lot more. Now it's really just Lima and Edinburgh. But I believe Birmingham used to be on one. And then Hamburg also used to be on one, and a 767. They upgraded to a 767. Then it went away, and it has not returned. So I hope United Airlines brings that flight back to Newark, because I did fly on it back in 2016, and that was pretty awesome on the 767. But yeah, it's not returned since the pandemic. And then behind that one, we have the E175 operated by Republic. This one arrived in from Quebec City, and I'm assuming this one also will be towed over. Surely it will be to Terminal C before it heads out to Myrtle Beach. Right here we have this United 737-900. This one arrived in from Buffalo, New York, and it will be heading to a very different place. It will be heading out to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, currently taxiing out for departure. Right here we have this United Airlines 787-10 Dreamliner. This is filling in for a 789. Arrived in from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it will actually be heading back out there on the turnaround today, back out to San Juan. So there are a lot of different aircraft that operate flights to San Juan from Newark. They operate on the 767-400, the 787-9s, and then there's also 737-900 / MAX 9s as well. So a whole bunch of different aircraft that operate that route. So clearly it's pretty popular out of Newark. So that's very nice to see. And yeah, good to get it on the 787, even though technically this is the incorrect variant, but close enough that it can substitute in my book. All right, and now into our final two aircraft for the day. We have the 737 MAX 9 on the bottom of your screen there for United Airlines. This one arrived in from Santiago de los Caballeros, and it'll be heading out to Santo Domingo. Behind that one here, we have another Santo Domingo flight. This one arrived in from there, the 737-900, and it will be heading out to Bridgetown. So that'll conclude our airport update of Newark today. Newark Terminal B, I should clarify. This is in the entirety of Newark. There's a whole lot more in Newark. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the morning update. Like I said, there are a lot of aircraft that I couldn't include here just because I don't have the model, like Air India or Egypt Air. So this is totally accurate to what you would see here at Newark. Definitely going to look to get an Air India model soon. I had a chance in getting one, and I completely forgot about Newark. I could have gotten an Air India 777-200, which they fly 777-300s, but that would have been close enough to substitute, like I said, for the United 7810. And that would have only been $20 at the Twin Cities collectibles show. So too bad I missed out on that one, I guess. I didn't realize that would have been really very useful for Newark for this situation. But yeah, that'll do it for our airport update today. Hopefully for the next one we can have some more international carriers in here. Probably will be an afternoon update once again. But I will see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.